How fast does this train go? And could you tell us about the Talgo train?
Well, this train can go up to 79 miles an hour in this area that we're running the train on now. It has capability of going faster than that, but the track doesn't handle that equipment out here, so we can only go what the track will require us to go.
Could you tell us a little bit more about the Talgo train itself?
Well, it's a low-profile train. It's built to where it will bank into a curve, so you can take curves faster than what a normal train can. It has it's all one unit. There's 12 cars, but it's all connected where you can't take it apart, and there's a total of 13 axles with it. It's a real nice train to handle. I really enjoy running it.
How long have you been an engineer?
20 years.
And what are some of the things that your job entails?
Oh, I just have to control the speed of the train, slow down for block signals, make sure don't have any accidents. Just make it as comfortable a ride for the passengers as we can.
Can you tell us a little bit about this engine that we're in right now?
This is an SD40. This is a typical engine that Amtrak has. They have newer engines than this, but for the most part, this is their main source of power. It's not made for the Talgo. Their power for the Talgo train didn't work on our track, so they've got this unit and use it to pull the Talgo with.
How fast can this engine pull?
Well, this engine can go up to 110 miles an hour.
What's the horsepower and all that?
It's a 3,000 horsepower engine. It's about 200 tons per weight.
And does it take a long time to stop this train once it gets going?
Oh boy. Under emergency circumstances, it takes probably about a third of a mile to a half a mile to stop this particular train, but it's an exceptional train for stopping. Other passenger trains would take probably anywhere from a half mile to 3/4 of a mile. Freight trains take up to a mile to stop. And that's, extreme situations. Controls, this is the forward and reverse, and this is your gas pedal, which they call the throttle. And this here is what they call the dynamic brake that takes the traction motors, which are electric, and converts them to generators to create a retarding force to slow the train down. And this is the brakes for the train and the brakes for the engine. And of course the whistle and bell. And this is the alerter for if something happens to me up here and I happen to die or whatever while I'm en route. This will stop the train after a period of about 30-40 seconds.
How does that system work?
Well, if you don't do anything to the controls for a certain period of time, this will start flashing. And if you don't stop the flashing, it goes into a penalty application. I have to do this ordinarily, so we'll just go ahead and let it go through a penalty application.
Okay. What are some of the other?
Well, your headlight, and this is the heaters. This is for working on other railroads that have different safety systems. Speedometer, this is basically tells you how much power you're putting out for amperage and how much retarding force for brakes you're putting in when you're in dynamic. This is, the alerter's going off now, and if I'm running the train and I don't reset that, it'll go into a penalty application and stop the train by itself.
Okay. There's a sand button there.
Has to put sand on the rail, because when you're starting out at slow speed, you got a lot of tractive effort, and you put sand on for traction.